Welcome back to Recovery for Life. I'm Chris Howard, peer counselor at Indigo Recovery in New York City. I think we had a topic we were going to jump into today, diving into a little codependency discussion, which Amy had initiated. And I think I'm going to let you go ahead and jump in and get us going on this. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Sounds like a plan. I want to start out by just the definition. Codependency, it refers to an imbalanced relationship pattern. Excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner, typically one who requires support on account of an illness or addiction. And some of the signs are difficulty making decisions in a relationship, difficulty identifying your feelings, difficulty committing in a relationship or communicating, valuing the approval of others more than valuing yourself, lack of trust in yourself, and having poor self-esteem. That's some of the things that could describe codependency. And I know I'm very codependent. So that's why I wanted to talk about this.
I think you hit on one of the things that you just read, the one about not placing value on ourselves is a big one. I bet you everybody here can relate to that in one way or another, because I think I've certainly spent many, many years in that place, valuing the opinions of others over mine. And it's nice to be beyond that now, although it still kicks in sometimes, but that's a really difficult thing to get past.
Yeah, that's one of mine that I can't. And the low self-esteem and wanting validation.
As people in recovery, we're always putting ourselves down for what we once were and thinking that people still see us that way, which is just not who we are anymore. That's a huge challenge to get over. So yeah, anybody else want to dive in? Go for it, Audrey.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on codependency and any tendencies that could be codependent of mine in the past that might be surfacing again and how I can handle them. I'm sorry to hear about your struggles, Amy, with that kind of stuff, because I also feel like I can relate to just being in certain relationships that, for example, I don't feel comfortable alone. Like I need that other person instead of being okay alone with myself. And yes, a lot of that is a natural feeling, but I think obviously I don't know the solution to everything, but what has been helping me lately is just doing so much work on myself. And although it's never finished, I am at a point where I feel like pretty confident with myself and how I'm interacting with others, which just leads to like the thing about expecting things from others, like expecting people to be responsible for your emotions. Like I'm just reading some note here that I thought was good that just says like, stop expecting other people to be responsible for your emotions. Yes, you can seek support and validation from those you love, but you have to be your own emotional caretaker. And I think this is some good advice, like stop expecting people to take feedback or
That's my problem.
Yeah. And it's again, like the word stop, like stop doing that. It's not that easy.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So no, it's okay. But yeah, it's just like a constant journey. I think I've just been realizing a lot of things about myself lately because of this person that I have been seeing who like fulfills a lot of like emotional needs that other people have not. So I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like. Like I want this, and there's just a lot of communication happening. So I think just like communicating things makes things better, even though like things are never perfect, really.
Right. And the word codependency, it came from AA. I mean, there's that's where the word came from back in 1950 something. And it's just very toxic. And then it's like you have the codependent person, known as the giver, feels worthless unless they are needed and making sacrifices for the enabler, otherwise known as the taker. And like, how do you set boundaries? I don't know.
Well, Audrey said one of the real naughty words, which is expectations. As soon as you expect somebody to do something, you're going to be disappointed. It's not going to happen. because we can't. And it's also falls into that category of why isn't, my partner doing what I think they should be doing? And that doesn't work either, because nobody's ever going to do what you think they should be doing. And that's where all this acceptance comes in. And what Audrey was saying, you got to be comfortable with you. You have to be okay alone in order to be in a relationship. Otherwise, it's impossible. And that's a tough one for folks like us, who are who are in recovery.
That's really poignant. You really do have to be okay with yourself before you accept someone else into your life. You know what I mean? Because then you spend a lot of time obsessing over someone else's behavior, because
Exactly.
your behavior, in addiction, it's just not rational. So
Right.
you're obsessing over someone else's behavior, and you're also probably in that time trying to change someone else to be more what you need at that time. You know what I mean?
Boom. Right there. You just
It-
said it.
That's what resonates with me. With a clear head, that's how I see that I've ruined a lot of relationships, because
Right.
because I was super codependent, I get it. But I was always trying to change someone to be more what I wanted at that time. And it was,
Absolutely.
but that was the reality of it.
All right. Guess what? You could change that person. If you could change that person into what you thought you wanted at the time, that wouldn't work either,
Exactly.
because it would be a nightmare, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
It would never work out.
But
And
it says that another issue with codependency is that it becomes difficult for the giver to remove themselves from a relationship, since they might feel the other person relies on them so much, even if they know in their gut it is the right thing to do. The taker will feel so reliant on the giver that they can have difficulty leaving a toxic relationship as well. That's a hard part.
yeah, sometimes you have to get out the sword and cut the knot, because there's no easy way. There's no easy solution. There's no way to just change everything. And there's definitely no way, like Frankie said, there's no way to change another person. We absolutely cannot change another human being. All we can change is us, how we respond to people, how we react, our acceptance, all of those things that we have control over. The other people, they're going to do whatever they do, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it.
You're damn right about that.
And so we have to look inward for all of this, and that's honestly where, you may be reading from some AA stuff. I'm not sure where you're reading from.
Yeah.
This is what Al-Anon addresses, and that's where Al-Anon came from, because, if you don't know the story, Bill Wilson, who was one of the founders of AA, was having meetings in his house, and his wife Lois was making coffee with all the wives. And she said, wait a minute, what about us? Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but that's kind of how
Right,
Al-Anon started, which paralleled AA. They were husband and wife. That's how this all came about. And so Al-Anon's been around almost as long as AA, and it's probably I don't know, it's huge. I mean, there's Al-Anon meetings everywhere. And that even sprung other, groups like ACA,
Right.
which is fairly new.
Like
That's
the
a newer
code,
one. But,
like a CoDA.
there's CoDA. Yeah, there's Codependents Anonymous too. There's lots of A's out there. Pick a I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not going to call it an illness, but dysfunction. Pick a dysfunction.
Right.
You'll find an A for it, because they're out there. And that's why I encourage people to go find these other ones, the Al-Anon and the ACA, which is adult children of alcoholics, and dysfunctional families, by the way. They add that. That's a pretty cool group too, actually. And that one's only 20 or 30 years old. It's pretty new, very different. And I kind of like it. It's one of my
You
favorites.
said, what's it called? Adult
It's
children?
called Adult Children of Alcoholics. Really interesting group of people. Really interesting conversations about just what you're talking about.
Adult children?
Adult children. Yeah, they call themselves adult children, which is bizarre, but we're adults basically.
Not really, but
But we're still children of alcoholics if they're still around.
I see.
right.
So we're still technically their children.
Got it.
And even if they're not around, we once were their children.
And
Yeah,
we
it's,
were trying to deal with it as
it's
children.
it's honestly a little odd because when I go to those meetings, people say, "Hi, I'm an adult child." I'm like, I'm not sure what that means exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll be one too.
I'd be like, I am an adult child.
They
Like,
do,
what?
they do say that. I mean, I have a parent. I'm a child, I guess. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
It's funny, but Al-Anon's been around forever. So go ahead, Audrey.
Hi. Um, I was also thinking about about how like anything is ever really perfect, and it is so hard for anyone to leave a codependent relationship, like no matter what side you're on. Like I've seen it in a lot of other relationships and my own relationships. Like
It's
so
the
I've kind of
hardest thing to do.
yeah. Like I can definitely understand not wanting to leave because it feels like this is what your life needs and this is what you're used to. It's like it goes back to everything, like everything is related in that um once you're dependent on something for a good amount of time and you're used to something, then
And it
it
gets
becomes
scary, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean, Amy, you could say more if you want to. But
No, I was just agreeing. It's
yeah.
really hard. And you think you're gonna make a life and then it's like you're stuck. You
Yeah,
get
and
stuck.
and you feel like there will be no life after if, when you're in this and you can't leave, you feel like there will be no life after this until, you realize that there was life before and then there will be life after. But it's hard to grasp that in the moment when you're so dependent on a situation or a person. It's tough to really realize that there will be life again. It's hard. I get it. It's hard. But there was life before and there will be life after.
That is very true. I was in a codependent relationship for a very, very, very long time. I met my ex-wife when I was 20, I think. And when our divorce was finalized, I want to say I was 56. So that was a long, long time. And I didn't really even have a life before. So I didn't really know what it was going to look like, but it had to happen. Of course, we split up long before the divorce was finalized, but we still had, it was still 25 years of codependency that had to be broken. That was a long time. But guess what? There was a life after, and a pretty damn good one once I got it going. And once I figured out what we were talking about, how to be okay with me. Because I didn't know. I didn't know how to be okay with me unless somebody was dependent on me or relying on me or I was getting something from them. I mean, it was crazy, right? But I don't have to live that way anymore. That's part of recovery too. It's another type of recovery. That's why they have things like you mentioned, Amy, CoDA. One of the A's, Codependents Anonymous, is another one, and that's a recovery program too, which I believe uses the same 12 steps because they're all pretty much based on the same principles. Go ahead, Audrey.
Yeah, I also wanted to add that yes, even though I feel good about what I have going on in my life right now, like those fears still come up. Like I still have those fears of like being in a relationship like that again, or things leading towards that, and like how I can make that not happen. So again, like the fear of the future is always kind of there. It's just like what actions can I take and how can I communicate in certain ways that will benefit me ultimately. So yeah, it's just like everything is kind of right now like I do have many fears about the future after certain events, and I'm feeling pretty like down. But again, it's just gotta keep moving forward again. And Frankie saying like that there's life after this. Like I think that's important to realize that life will proceed and go on, even though it seems like it will not. Like, yeah. Just gotta keep chugging along.
Well, I like what Frankie said too about, there was life before and there will be life after, right? I mean, there is, right? We're not going to crumble. We're not going to fall apart. We're not going to shrivel up and blow away. We're going to be okay.
Though it feels like it's going to all crumble.
That,
though that is a real feeling, and you can empathize with that. But yeah, I mean, the reality is there tomorrow will come, and we're working out. It sucks, but life will go on.
I
And
think Amy's internet crapped out. Speaking of life going on. Oh, wait,
Oh
I think she
no!
may be coming back. Wait a minute.
Oh no!
Let's see. She's coming back here. I believe so. There she is. You're back.
So aggravating. It's raining outside, and I don't know why mine disconnects like that.
Well, a little rain. It's amazing. All right. Well, I mean, we can move on to other subjects too. I mean, we were still chatting about actually life before and after, and that there is one. There can be. Transition's tough, man. Change is hard. It really is. Just like getting into recovering from addiction. I mean, that's brutal. Let's face it. None of this is easy. And but we're all here talking about it, which means that it's possible. The change is possible. I don't know. I mean, most of us been in challenging relationships in the past. And here we are. We're here to talk about it. I mean, other things have happened. And, there's a future.
There is a future. But there's today as well, right? And I try to stay in the present. When I dip into the future or the past, I do it. I do it with discretion, because the past can lead to depression, and the future can lead to anxiety. And staying focused on what I'm doing today, I know will help me be a better person, and hopefully will bring a better future. Because it is hard to. I know for me it was hard to find acceptance, self acceptance, going introspective. I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is. I think it just takes time. Takes time. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of motivation, and a lot of good people surrounding you to help you through whatever challenging time you're going through, because life is an experience. It has its ups, it has its downs, and it's up to me as a person to navigate those challenges as they arise. And I mean, I could think of my past relationships and during active addiction and codependency, and how hard it was to do things on my own, and how depressed I was. I mean, yeah, it was a complete and utter wreck, but life is special, and I treasure it. I cherish it, and it is what keeps me moving, keeps me going, keeps me motivated to be me, be honest, open, and present. So it's just hard. Go ahead, Amy.
That's really what I need to do, is to get more of a community around me, because I just really don't have that, that big of a support system. And I think that's a lot of my problem, So that's what I need to work on, getting out, going back to church and things like that. I need to do it, and I know I need to do it. But it's like I have no motivation to do it, you know?
Well, you got to do it for yourself, right? And strength, I believe strength lies within oneself. And you have to look within yourself and find that wherever it may be. For me, it was in the heart. And, I take that and go forward with it, right? I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be third party validation. I just need to be aware of how I'm feeling. Because if I'm not keeping track of what's going on, I can lose sight of what's important really quick. Yeah. And I think what helps for me to stay positive and motivated is all the good things that I do have in life. But also knowing that I can die from this addiction. That to me is the scariest thing ever. It really is. Just knowing that you can die from this disease is terrifying to me. And that for me is big enough motivation to keep on going with life and get through whatever I have to get through, as hard as it is. I do my best. I try not to take things personally. I try not to judge others. I try not to make assumptions. I try to be true to my word, and I do my best. I mean, that's all
You do.
I gotta tell you, I'm glad we got that on tape, John, because I'm making a fucking t-shirt. That was some Buddha shit. I mean, you got to me on that one. I am making a t-shirt. You are so dead on balls accurate. The past can be and enter with discretion. You nailed it. I'm making a t-shirt. The past can be really scary and depressing, and the future can really get you anxious. So live in today, because life is special. T-shirts by John. That was really, you nailed it. I almost flipped my table. Like, you're so
It was
on
like,
it.
boom, you were right on it.
So on it, man. I appreciate you.
When you said the thing about discretion, about what Frankie just said, the past and the future, I think we should also put viewer discretion is advised before the past and the future thing. That's just an idea that popped up into my head. But yes, John,
I love it.
you are always an inspiration to all of us. I think we can all say that.
Yes. You all make me feel better.
Good.
I'm glad. Because it pains me to see other people going through tough times. I know how it is. I can relate and empathize and sympathize. So I don't know. Whatever bits of wisdom is floating around in my brain, I try to get it out there. But yeah, thank you. I think it. Yeah, but to the discretion part, it is important to, if you're gonna go into the past, make sure you're gonna learn from it. If you're gonna go into the future, make sure you're gonna, find some goal or motivation, right? Like not like future's a bit different, right? In a sense, right? Because we don't know what the future holds, and that unknown leads to fear, right? So just having a short-term goal in mind for your future, right? Like for me, it's moving to Connecticut. All right, what am I doing today that is going to help me get to Connecticut, or put it back into like recovery? All right, what am I doing today that is going to help me stay sober, right? And that's, today. What am I doing today? The future will come. Like Frankie said, it'll be there for, but one thing that we're not guaranteed is life in active addiction. So with that in mind, for me, is like, that's like a constant. Like I have to keep that in mind. That's my daily reminder of like, hey, if I regress, I could be, 6 feet under, and that's a scary notion. And I don't want to think about that kind of future, right? So that's the discretion I'm kind of talking about. Does that
Well,
make sense?
I'll
And
tell you
yeah,
what,
and then if you stay sober and continue in sobriety, the future's so bright. You gotta wear shades. Like the great band Timbuk3 said, the future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. And that's if you stay on the path to recovery, but not getting off your point, which is today is special. So take care of today, which was a great point.
yeah, the other part of that is what you also said, John, is if we surround ourselves with the right crowd, the future is not scary at all. We just let it unfold. We don't have to worry so much about it. The unknown is okay. And it can be exciting, to see what's coming our way.
It can be, and I think our sometimes for me my biggest enemy is myself, right? Like I'm gonna be I have to remind myself, like, would I like look in the mirror and talk
You
to
throwing
myself
some
that way?
bombs tonight?
Thank you. I'm just saying, would I talk to anybody the way I'm talking to myself right now? Like, I'm just babbling here, right? Like, just throwing an analogy out, right? Or hypothetical. Like, would I degrade and berate myself, or somebody else rather? Would I? It goes back to my moral compass, right? Like, I have to find that inner morality, that those core values that I have, respect. It's a mutual thing. So if I don't respect myself, how can I respect others? If I don't value myself, how can I value anything else in life?
Damn it, man.
So I think being kind to oneself is very important. And
Very.
it's very hard to do. Well, at least was for me. But with practice, and time and good people in your life, and I don't know, I've had so many bad memories. I just I don't really want to
That's
have
me.
anymore.
That's me. I'm like done with all that.
I'm just so done. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, all right, time for a new chapter of my life, right?
So over tragic shit.
Time to turn a new page.
Yeah, there's no reason to dwell on any of that. I mean, but they do tell us that, don't dwell in the past, but don't shut the door on it because we don't want to repeat it, right?
Exactly.
But I'm not living in it. I mean, that was then. We're all very different people now than we were, and those people they're gone. Those people don't exist anymore. And you're right, John. We're living in today. That's what we've got.
Yeah, and the people from our past, or I don't know.
What people? I don't know anyone from my past. I have
exactly,
no idea what you're
right?
talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of my point, right? Like, are they here? Not for me. Who I see in front of me is who I see, and that's who I'm surrounding myself with. And I think that good people can lift you up. They can, and they can help you, but you have to be willing to accept that help. So, go ahead, Audrey.
Go ahead, Audrey.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not Elvis. Is that an Elvis thing? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But
it's an Elvis.
anyway, okay. I don't know why I say these things. Yeah, I've been like writing a lot of things lately. And one thing that I wrote that I need to like remind myself of is just about being like it being essential to keep finding the things that benefit me. Being self-sufficient takes a village, but with the support of those who care about me, I learn more and more about how to get what I need. I can keep learning how to take advice from others without losing my own sense of self. I know what I want from life, so I am going to manifest it. Although my past has brought me to where I am today, living in that past only prevents me from moving forward, which I think that was pretty relevant to the conversation.
Yes, very, very.
Well articulated, very perfectly said.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, very.
Thank you. Yeah. It's just I've been writing a lot of things in my notes lately, and it's such a mess, but it's been really good to like reflect on this kind of stuff, even though today I have been in kind of a hole, but it's okay. You gotta keep moving forward, and everyone here is helping. So thanks.
I think you should organize your notes and consider sharing them in print, because they sound like they could be really, really useful to a lot of people.
I agree.
Give it some thought. Write these things down, put them in the computer. And, I think that there's some real merit to that. I appreciate you doing that.
For real, Audrey, you're a great writer.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I should do that. It's in one long note, so
It's okay.
it'll be fun
It's
to
okay.
decipher.
I don't remember the name of it, but there was an entire novel written without punctuation. So, you can do anything you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Nope.
wild. Like this again, back to being like inspired by recent events. Just the person that I've been seeing writes a lot of stuff that inspires me to write more things. And then I write these things and I just keep writing, and it's just like a big cycle of give and take that is really, really nice. I think it's a good time.
I am a huge advocate of writing, as everybody knows, because thoughts are fleeting. And if you get them down on paper or virtual paper, then you have them and you can share them. Because mine too. I mean, I would talk and then 30 seconds later, man, it's gone. Whatever it was, it's history. I don't know what I was talking about. I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and oh man, if I don't write this now, I'm not going to have it in the morning. So I'm going to drag my sorry ass out of bed and write something down so I don't forget it. I don't know. I think it's important, and it's important to have it so that we can share it.
So true. And I find it very therapeutic to whatever's going on up here to get it out. Just the process of just writing it out or typing it out, whatever suits your needs. I don't know, getting whatever out is out, whatever's in my head out onto something. It's almost like I don't know, getting weight off of me.
It does. I mean, talking does that. And then when you go to the next step and you write it down, it keeps knocking it down a notch. If you have anxiety or fears or depression or whatever it is, talking about it's great. Writing about it, everything takes it down just a little bit more. And it's a great way. It's a great approach to, lessening all of these things, the fears and the anxieties, all these things we worry about all the time. It's just great to write down. And sometimes, I know people who write down their fears or their anxieties, and then they just set the paper on fire. Goes away. Say goodbye. It's a great way to make amends sometimes to people. You can do it that way. You can write it down and torch it. This is just something that's come up. I mean, I don't know when this started, but some of the people I talked to, we just got into this mode of, or it was probably for people who have, passed away and they wanted to make an amends anyway. And I said, just write it down and then burn the paper. Just get rid of it. Let go. It's just a way of letting go. And,
I actually have a bunch of letters that I wrote to people, like things that I really wanted to say, and I never sent them. I have them still in my drawer. And just like things that I really needed to get off my chest, I wrote them down on paper as if I was going to send it to that person, like as a letter, and then I just kept them.
To make you feel better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just upload.
Yeah, kind of organize your thoughts and get it out.
Yeah, that can work too for people who have done something for you in the past that you never properly thanked them for. You can write that down too. It doesn't always have to be an amends. It could be a thank you to someone, who's done something good for you or done something generous that you just never in the moment said, wow, thanks. That was really nice of you. You can write that too. This doesn't all have to be bad stuff. It can be good stuff. It can be gratitude. It can be gratitude. It can be all of these things. And it's a great way for us to, make our feelings known to ourselves.
Very
first
therapeutic.
And foremost, very therapeutic. I know it's a big one for me. I do more writing than I care to think about, but I do a lot, and it's served me well over the years. It really has. It's been really enlightening and introspective. and it's helped me connect to others. Because I spent a lot of time writing things and then reading them aloud in groups, and that's a whole nother story. Doing it that way.
See, and it does help others. You're
Well, sure.
helping yourself and
Yeah, and we do that with each other. We can do that for each other, and it's a mutual benefit. So all of these things are useful. Go ahead, Amy. You click, you get your hand up.
I just wanted to say something real quick. It's off topic, but I have court next week, and so please throw some prayers and vibes and everything my way, please.
You got it. You have a lawyer though, right? Who's helping you out?
Yeah.
Okay. Be thinking about it.
I can't go to jail. I won't.
I can't imagine that that's going to come to pass.
I hate seeing you like this, Amy. I hate seeing you like this. I do. I hate it.
I'm just so tired, Frankie.
You're such a good person, Amy. You're such a good person. You love so much, like you love so hard. You know what I mean? You love so hard. I can tell. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
You're in my prayers, Amy.
We'll get through it together. We're all
Thanks,
here for you.
Frankie.
We're
You'll
all
be in my
Thank you.
prayers.
Thank
You'll be in my prayers, Amy.
I know that, it's other people are going through worse things. I'm so sorry about your sister. I'm so sorry. And I pray for her to get better. And I really hate it. She lost her job, Audrey. I'm going to keep you in my prayers. And Frankie, I'm going to keep that baby boy in my prayers too. And Chris, you're always there every night. But I just thank y'all, because it wasn't for y'all, I don't know, I would really be unhappy. Let somebody else talk about something.
Now listen, we're all here for you, Amy.
I'm just sorry. I'm just too emotional of a person. I'm just really, and I'm just really scared.
It's okay. I cried at the end of my insurance phone call yesterday, so I'm sure I'm a bit more emotional than you. But it's okay to cry about things. That's what I'm trying to say. And it sucks. And I'm sorry. And I will keep you in my thoughts.
Thank you, darling.
I don't know. Every time I get off the phone with my insurance company, I want to cry. I think it's the nature of the beast. It's the same problem.
Frankie say we need some slushies and teddy bears or something.
Cuddles.
Hugs, cuddles, yeah.
Cuddles.
Well, we're kind of in a place where we could do some gratitude. I think we're an hour into this almost, which has been it's great. I'm glad we all got together to do this today. Good to see you, Frankie. I'm glad you're here. Why don't you start us off with some gratitude, since we haven't seen you in a while.
Sure, happy to. Of course, I am so grateful for this group of people. I missed you guys so much. My schedule is terrible, and Sundays and Mondays are my two busiest days in the business, having a theater, and it's just been really hard to get away. So I'm so happy that we were able to get together tonight. I'm so grateful for that. Again, as I always say, I'm grateful for my sobriety, my wonderful, caring, understanding, and brilliant wife for dealing with me every day. And tonight, I'm grateful for Jet Pop, because tonight I'm going to make fucking hot chocolate I'm gonna gag myself with these. I'm so excited because I love these things so much.
I do too.
I love them so much, and I'm gonna have so many hot chocolates tonight. And that's it. I'm out.
You ever burn them on a fire? Roast them?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh, they're the
I'm
best.
gonna, on top of the hot chocolate, I'm gonna blowtorch him.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
Marshmallow kind of night.
You know me, I'm always good for a prop here and there.
Audrey, you want to go?
Yeah, as I was about to shove some popcorn in my mouth, I am grateful for Frankie talking about hot chocolate and marshmallows made me hungry. But yeah, I'm really grateful for this group and like truly the ability to talk to all of you about things going on and again I don't like to hear that things are going bad in anyone's life. But I will keep you in my thoughts, Amy, and of course everyone, with all the things you have to say that are very positive. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm grateful for this bag of popcorn that I'm probably gonna finish in like 0.5 seconds after this. And everyone here in the group, thank you very much.
Thanks, Audrey. Connor, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the group, as always. Grateful for this experience, getting to like share this with all of you guys. I'm also really grateful for my family, getting to see my kids grow and like grow up, and especially being like sober and just kind of here for all of that. Thinking how easily that like it could have gone a different way.
Thanks. Amy.
I'm grateful for you all. I really appreciate you being here for me. It means a lot. I'm grateful for my little Lakin, Casey, my daughter, and this group. You just all mean a lot to me. And I'm grateful that I made it through the podcast without smoking a cigarette. So,
Thanks, John. You're up.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sure. I'm grateful for the group. It's been a really really great group today. Great to see Frankie back. And I'm grateful for my wife, my family, especially my parents who've been very helpful in this moving process. And grateful that the tumor is going down for my sister, though I do pray for her health that gets better. And I'm grateful for my sober support system, Chris, all y'all, and just another day alive and sober, really.
You can always find room for gratitude, no matter what's going on in our lives. And I'm grateful for all of you guys for doing this on a different day today. I appreciate everyone being here. I ate my last brownie earlier today, so I don't know what I'm going to do now. Marshmallows sound like a pretty good idea, though. And listen, I want to thank you guys and John for all of that, all your wisdom, as always, and everybody's. And I'm looking forward to Audrey's written wisdom as well that you're going to share. I mean, really, seriously, I think it's really
Real.
yeah, to start making, organizing some of these thoughts and sharing them. I think it's a great idea. I think we should all be doing it, honestly.
shoot, I'll send you my email.
Yeah, let me get everyone's emails.
So anyway, thanks guys for being here. Thanks to our listeners out there, which we're kind of getting more of and more of and more of. If anyone out there has any thoughts they want to share about what they heard today, please don't hesitate to comment on the YouTube channel or send us a note. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again, everybody, and great day. Have a great week. Talk to you all soon.